Hey guys, Giggity DFS back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the MLB slate for Monday, August 10th, 2020. And it's a 8-game slate, I believe. Confirm that. 9-game slate today. And it looks alright. You got a couple decent options for pitchers, but we're going to have to try to find our way through a bunch of rubbish, bunch of garbage, bunch of whatever you want to call it, to try to figure out what we want to play today. So if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Help my channel grow. If you really do enjoy the content, you can become a member of the channel as well. That's also right by the subscribe button if you want to do that. Obviously not necessary, but greatly appreciated. Quick shout out to Tilted DFS. If you have not checked them out, what are you waiting for? They got good content for CSGO, MLB, basketball, football, hockey, golf, and MMA all coming out soon or already out, or just check out the website. A lot of good information on there. And you never know, they could help you persuade you to go and play a certain play and you can win a GPP. So good luck to that. Go over my Sunday slate, which was not as good as my Saturday. I had Woodruff in there. I liked his price. Didn't really get the job done at 12 points. Jacob deGrom was chalk, and didn't really live up to it. He did have a blister on his hand and everything, so I could understand why he didn't pitch as well as he did. I went with Romaine as my one-off catcher. That was cheap. He got me 10 points, solid. I went with a Met stack again because I really liked the position they were in against the Marlins, which the only Met that you needed was Jimenez, and I did not get to him. Alonso didn't score anything. I had Frazier, 2 hits and a stolen base, 11 points, that's fine. McNeil, 2 RBIs, meh. Bogarts, meh. Conforto, meh. Davis, meh. And Nimmo with 9 points was alright. But go ahead, look up at the first place lineup, which was Raging Phillip winning $50,000. He had Nathan Eovaldi, which I did not expect him to be up that high. 23 points, was 6% owned. Nice play there. He also had Jacob deGrom. It was kind of hard to find somebody in the top chunk that did not have Jacob deGrom because he was so chalky. There you go. There's the top lineup without Jacob deGrom, was in 5th. So I could see, because he was 60% owned, he wasn't a lot of people's winning lineups. I also had Pena, which was 1% owned, scored 9. Morrison, 1% owned, scored 8. Hilora, 24 points, 2.1% owned. Segura, it was just, this guy had a team that was all less than 10% owned, minus Jacob deGrom. Got it done. And was a quite solid lineup for him. So congrats to Raging Phillip, another $50,000 richer. Alright, we're going to get ahead and jump into this Monday slate, starting with the Washington Nationals in New York against the Mets. The Mets are sending out Steven Matz at $7,300. Patrick Corbin going for the Nationals at $10,400. And going off of this, I'm not really interested in either pitcher from this matchup. Patrick Corbin at 10-4 is the most expensive pitcher on the slate, and I don't think that's a good spot for him. But we'll get more into that side in a minute. Steven Matz, 7,300. Going up against Washington, which he has not really pitched that well against. Not really too interested in Steven Matz. He has pitched 3 games this year. First game was solid against Atlanta, and then he has been struggling ever since, getting the loss against Boston and the loss against Washington. So not really a spot that I want to get to, considering that Washington is a good team and Steven Matz has not really pitched good against them. So his strikeout rate is also pretty low at 22%, so not really a spot I want to get to that much. On the flip side, I do want to get to some Washington hitters today against the Mets, going after Castro, Soto, Kendricks, Suzuki. 3 through 6 could be an interesting spot to go to. Don't mind going to Washington today against Steven Matz. On the flip side, I do like going against Patrick Corbin. I keep going towards the Mets. Probably not going to get to them in my one lineup today, but don't mind going after Rosario, McNeil, Davis, Alonso, and Conforto. Going up against Patrick Corbin just because he is 10,400, which means he might get some ownership considering that he is a high-priced pitcher, and a lot of people might be like, oh, I'm just going to pick him because he's top-priced and they think, oh, he's going to do the best. So could see a little bit of ownership out of Patrick Corbin. He does strike out about 29% of his batters, so I could see people getting to him. But I'd rather get to the Mets side than to the Patrick Corbin side. Next game we got is Chicago at Detroit. You got Dallas Keuchel going for Chicago, and then you got Michael Fulmer opening for Detroit, and Daniel Norris as your long reliever. Dallas Keuchel is $7,800. Going up against a Detroit team, I'm actually okay with going after Dallas Keuchel. Yes, he doesn't strike out that many batters, but Detroit's not a good team, and if he can get deep into the game, I feel like that could be a solid spot for a quote-unquote value play for a pitcher at $7,800. Not really too interested in any of the Detroit pitchers just because I don't like playing openers or long relievers because you're going to have pitchers that are going to pitch more. So if you are going to go after Detroit hitting, you got to go after 3 out of the first 4. Obviously, you can't go after Cron and Cabrera because they are both classified as a first baseman, so that's kind of annoying. But, oh wait, yeah, they're both classified as a first baseman. You can't get to either of them any other way, so kind of unfortunate that they did that, but if you're going to go to it, I'd prefer Cron over Cabrera. Go Goodman's group and Cron would be my 3 picks from Detroit. Other than that, not really getting to too much of them. On the Chicago side, I'm quite interested in stacking Garcia with Moncada, Grandal, Abreu, and Jimenez. Just going to be a good spot to go to against a bullpen game from the Detroit Tigers, which are not that good. White Sox should be decently owned, but nothing too insane. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. You got Colton Brewer going for Boston, so let's bring up Brewer going for the Red Sox. And then you have Ryan Yarbrough going for the Tampa Bay Rays. Yarbrough at $7,200, and I like that play. But I'm not really too interested in Colton Brewer. Colton Brewer is supposed to be your opener. I'm guessing the other person that they showed was the long reliever. Not really too interested in any Boston pitching today just because I don't go after that type of pitching. I don't mind going after some Tampa Bay hitting, going after Meadows, Martinez, Renfroe, Diaz, and Brousseau is going to be the way for me. So going and getting some Tampa Bay bats because they are a little bit cheap, so I don't mind getting to them. Yarbrough strikes out about 20% of his batters, going up against a Boston team that does not strike out that often, so maybe getting to some Boston bats would be a okay idea, going after Pilar, Martinez, Devers, Bogarts, and Vasquez. If you want to get Verdugo as in there instead of one of the others, that's fine. Could be a little bit different, so I don't mind going after Boston as well today, going up against Yarbrough. Next game, we got Minnesota and Milwaukee, and this is the first game that I actually have a pitcher that I'm interested in. And that one would be Adrian Hauser from Milwaukee at $8,400 going up against Minnesota. I don't feel like he's going to be super, super high owned. He has been pitching really good this year, so I'm cool with going to him. And he should be in a really good spot today. 8,400, yeah. And then Randy Dobrik for Minnesota, I'm not really too interested in. I'd rather actually get to the Milwaukee Bats. So going after Hiroa, Yelich if you wanted to, he might be a little bit too expensive. Morrison and Smock could be an interesting way to go and get to some Milwaukee. On the Minnesota side, don't mind getting to Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, and Garver if you're not playing Hauser, which I have Hauser as one of my higher up options for pitching today. Oh boy, here is a Coors game. Prepare for some chalk. I don't like really going after Coors games. They're going to be chalky, especially the Arizona side. Don't go after any pitching. John Gray at 7K, Robbie Ray at 6,300. Not really interested in either of them. I just totally like to get away from Coors games altogether. But you're gonna see some chalk if you're going after these hitters. Here is who you're gonna want to get to, and there are gonna be chalky. Marte, Calhoun, Marte, Walker, Escobar, Peralta. Very, very chalky on a Coors slate. I wouldn't be surprised if all those guys were 15 to 20% owned each. Then you got Story, Blackman, Arenado, and Murphy are going to be your top owned there. If you wanted to get to Robbie Ray, maybe as a contrarian pitcher at 6,300, that could be an interesting spot to get to. It's just at Coors Field, I really don't like getting to pitchers, but 6,300 could be a decent value for tomorrow. Rather go after nothing. I don't want to go after anything in this game just because of want to get different. Go after a different spot for ownership. Next one we got is Seattle and Texas. We got Kyle Gibson going for Texas and Justin Dunn going for Seattle. I like Kyle Gibson today at 8,600. He's been pitching pretty well this year, going up against a Seattle team that's not the strongest, so not really going to be interested in any Seattle hitters. If you are getting some Seattle hitters, Lewis and Seager will be the only ones, and Crawford if he is cheap. But going after some Texas hitting might be a decent spot on the slate as well. Going after Shin-Soo Choo, Odor, Gallo, Frazier, Calhoun. Keep an eye on the lineups. If Kiner Fafella is higher up in the lineup, maybe going after him might be a cool idea. Cheap option. So going after Texas, I like Kirk Gibson. Not really going after Seattle. Next one, we got Houston and San Francisco, and I like this game as a pivot from the Coors game, and I do really like Houston today. Houston is throwing out McCullisters. He is going to be high owned, but I don't mind going after him. San Francisco is throwing out Logan Webb at $5,500. I'd rather get to some Houston bats, even though Houston has been struggling lately. They actually just got swept from the Oakland Athletics, which was interesting. Fight breaking out in that game, in the last game. That was quite fun to watch. But anyways, going after for DFS, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Gurriel, and Correa will be the way for me, 2 through 6, if you're going to a 5-man stack from Houston. If you wanted to go after some Giants hitters, I wouldn't be opposed of it. If you're going to get to anybody, Yastrzemski, Dickerson, maybe Solano, and then Brandon Bell. That's pretty much all I would really want to get to. If Hinneman is hitting a little bit higher, maybe get to him because he is a cheap catching bat. How much is he at? He's at 4,200. Oh wait, they've been playing Tromp a little bit lately. If Tromp's playing, I like that one. TROMP. So don't mind going after Houston or Giants tonight, but I'd rather get to the Houston side. Next game, we got San Diego and LA. We have Dustin May going for the Dodgers at 7,700. And then, it gave us the Oakland game. Never mind. Wasn't paying attention. I was reading the prices and stuff off my phone. So they gave us the Oakland game first. Oakland and the Angels. Sean Mahena for Oakland. Julio Tyran for the Angels. Give me a lot of A's today. I don't think Laureano's going to be playing because I think he's going to get suspended. So you might be able to get a cheap option as an outfielder. Go 1 through 5 for Oakland, whoever they're playing. I do really like getting to an Oakland stack against a washed-up Julio Tyran who's a little bit out of his prime, and I don't really want to get to him today. I really like a Oakland stack though against the Angels. And then Sean Manana, I really do like getting to him today at $8,800. If I can find a cheap option to go with him, or a cheap stack to go with him, I do like getting to him. Strikes out about 27% of his batters. The only batters for LA that I would actually be thinking of playing would be Trout, Rendon, and Pujols. Other than that, I'm not really too interested in going after any Angel bats today against Oakland. Running through this a little bit quick, but I feel like I'm getting good information and I feel like I'm doing this good. Last game of the day. Now we're actually going to introduce San Diego and LA. Dustin May going for the Dodgers, and then we have Luis Perdomo opening for the Padres, and Cal Quintrell as the long reliever for the Padres. And if anything, I'd rather get to the LA side. Dustin May at $7,700 is actually a really, really nice play for me. Pairing him up with Manana maybe could be a possible nice duo for the late games and for your lineups. So I do like getting to those two pitchers. I like getting to some LA bats as well. Maybe if I can get to them. Pederson, Betts, Bellinger, Turner, and Muncy are going to be a nice stack to go to tonight against a bullpen game from San Diego. And if you are going after the San Diego hitting, Tatis, Grisham, Machado, Pham, and Hosmer, if you wanted to get to some San Diego, I'm not going to be playing them as much. I'd rather get to the Dustin May pitching side for his upside, but I don't mind getting to a little bit of the Padres. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you guys did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Check out Tilted DFS. Links in the description below. And I hope you guys have a great day, and let's make some money tonight.